I have used many mechanical keyboards over the years, but I've never actually built one myself. That is until now. And it's safe to say it wasn't the smoothest process in the world, so let's get into it. The keyboard that I'll be building is the Mode 65, which, as the name suggests, is a 65-cent keyboard. One of the main reasons why I've never attempted to build my own keyboard is due to the amount of steps and options you have. As someone that's only ever used pre-built keyboards, like the ones from Keychron, Newfie, Lo-Free, the idea of having to choose every individual part of my keyboard and build it is quite daunting. But what I found really useful is on the Mode website, as you're picking all the components, there's a little information tab next to most of them with a video explaining what that component is used for and what all the different options of that component does to your keyboard, which just takes some of the stress and anxiety out of the way. As well, as you go through choosing all the different components, there's a live 3D model of your keyboard that continuously updates so you can see what your keyboard will look like. So this for me has made the whole process so much less anxiety inducing and less of a daunting task. So this is how my keyboard looked on the 3D model in the end, and all of the different components listed. I'll make sure to leave the build code in the description if you want to use this build for your own. So now all the packages have arrived and it's time to start building, and I'm not gonna lie, I put aside about a couple of hours to build this keyboard as I thought that would give me plenty of time with filming. Spoiler, it definitely was not. I think by the end it was closer to 4 long hours, but as I had never done this before and was learning each step for the first time, it probably makes sense why it took that long. But the more I started building and learning how each component fits, I did start really enjoying the process. Don't get me wrong, there were definitely a good few times where I wanted to give up and come back another day. Maybe building keyboards just doesn't come as easy for me as it does to others, or maybe we're all just awful the first time round. What made the whole process a lot easier was watching the building tutorials on the Mode YouTube channel, as they go through each stage of the building process, and there's also an instruction blog which I found I just went back and forth between them both when I found myself struggling. But once I'd reached the promised land and I started to place each keycap onto the keyboard, I could just feel my mood lifting. It was almost like a proud moment as I could finally see the keyboard come into life, and it definitely didn't disappoint. So as you can see, I chose an all white casing with green keycaps and a maple accent. I thought this design would really match the aesthetic of my setup with all the wooden furniture and the pops of green from the plants. And considering I drifted more towards black products for my setup, having an all white casing for my keyboard is a welcomed contrast. Now that's all left to do is to plug it in and do a sound test. So it's been about a month since I built this keyboard, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been loving it ever since. Every day now and again, I just get a bit giddy when I'm typing and I just hear the beautiful sound that the keyboard makes. I've been an admirer of Mode for years now, so actually having a Mode keyboard in my setup is like a dream come true, as if I was a kid and it's Christmas. I do think maybe some of the parts of the keyboard need extra lubing, as I probably didn't apply the correct amount. And I do want to try the Mode 65 foam kit just to hear what difference it will make to the sound. And even though I did find the whole process of building a keyboard very frustrating and just annoying at times, I think it's just like anything, that the first time you're not going to be very good, but just after that one time of building my first keyboard, I've learned so much. So when it comes to my second keyboard, I'm sure it won't take me anywhere near as much time, or at least I hope so. So if you're like me and you're a bit hesitant to build your very first keyboard, it is annoying, it is stressful, but it is so worth it, just having a keyboard that's more unique to you than one you can buy off the shelf. So there you have it, I built my first mechanical keyboard. If you have any suggestions or tips that I should know before building my second keyboard, please let me know, as it would be really helpful. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.